Scraptrap, also known as William Afton in the FFPS credits, is a FNAF character whose design has been repeatedly mocked by most of the fanbase, due to being a downgrade from the perfect design that Springtrap had. Cue the haha peanut head Jimmy Neutron looking jokes. Yeah, his head is disproportionately massive. But you know what else is wrong with him? He has bone ears. Or does he? So, just a quick content warning. I'm going to be showing William Afton's corpse in a few seconds. It's just a model and it's not that realistic, but it might still upset some viewers. Alright? So here's what his head looks like without the suit. Do note that these are not official renders, but reconstructions made by internet users based on the parts that we can see in-game through the holes of the suit. Now you might be thinking, what on earth is going on here? Not only does his skull have ears, but also a nose and lips. There's no way he genuinely thought that this was what a human skull looks like, right? I get he's bad at modeling humans, but this is just so wrong. It's not even close to being anatomically correct. However, in his defense, I don't think that's what Scott was actually going for. If you actually take a look at these models, you'll realize that the bones of his legs are a different color to the rest of his body. And no, I don't mean the red parts. His leg bones are white, but his skull is more of a tan color. This leads me to believe that this is actually supposed to be skin that he grew back. Especially since it would also explain what he was doing in between FNAF 3 and FFPS. Maybe the remnant regen theory is true. And so he slowly grew his body back, and that's why he has a full skeleton in FFPS, while seemingly having no bones at all in FNAF 3. However, you could definitely explain this with a very meta reason. Scott probably just didn't want to bother modeling an entire body in FNAF 3, since we weren't gonna see it in gameplay anyway. He has a modeled head because, well, we do actually see it in some rare screens. Like, in Dead by Daylight, Springtrap does have a fully modeled corpse, which is probably more lore accurate to how Scott wanted it in the original game, anyway. However, the DVD model does have completely red flesh, while the FFPS model has some red flesh sticking out, but also there is some tan colored flesh or skin. So there definitely is still some merit to this argument. To add to this, notice how Springtrap clearly has an endoskeleton, but Scraptrap doesn't have one at all. This further supports the theory that William Afton tried to take off the suit, probably because it would follow audio lores in FNAF 3, which means he couldn't take control of his own body, but he also couldn't just walk around looking like, well, this. So, he found another suit that didn't have an endoskeleton to disguise himself. So that's what I think happened to William Afton between FNAF 3 and FFPS. And no, he doesn't have bone ears. Scott isn't that bad at modeling humans. But before I end this video, I'd also like to present to you another problem that I've noticed with the design of him in both FFPS and FNAF 3. Neither of them have any remnants of clothes. Like, there's clearly flesh and bone inside Scraptrap, and there is flesh and guts in Springtrap, but there definitely should be some clothes in there as well. The ones he wore when he got spring-locked. There's no way that his clothes would decay faster than his flesh. What, was he just naked when he put on the spring-lock suit? I mean, in the minigame, he is just purple. Even though all the other minigame characters that are humans throughout the series, and even those within FNAF 3, have clothes. Oh my